Welcome, Hoardlings, to another Game Hoarder production. I am proud to present to you a Basilisk Games. Shooting Star with Moon production. Eschalon Book 2. That's the book that comes right after Book 1. It's the second fucking book. Lead testers, Jason Staples. How would you feel if you got named after a device that just keeps paper together? I'd be pissed. Thomas Ringsecker. Big Secker. Produced and developed by Basilisk Games. Basilisk, the gigantic fucking lizard that can turn you to stone by checking you out. Are you all ready for the second installment? I know I am. Let's check out character creation. And maybe turn down the volume a bit. Holy fuck. So here we are. It's very similar to the first one. You got the same attributes. This time you can pick to be a female. Some cutie female faces. We're of course taking Ronstock on this adventure with us. His origin this time is going to be Imayu. They hail from the far west continent of Wildren, an ancient land that until the advent of ocean vessels had remained completely isolated from the rest of Eschalon. Its region lost to time, where creatures long thought to have disappeared still roam its primeval force. The Imayu are slender and tall, and are known to be very mystical and ritualistic. As such, they receive +2 perception and +1 wisdom. We're going to make him nefarious and a magic user. We're going to pump up his arcane. We're going to give him light armor to start. Some mercantile. And you know how I like to punch shit. I like to break barrels with my fisticles. That's right. That's the character creator. Here we have game rules, which is a little interesting. This is a new addition. We now have food and water being required. If you uncheck all of this, you're playing on the very easy mode and you get a -20 penalty to your in-game ranking. So now we are requiring food and water for character survival. Equipment deteriorates naturally with use. That's the normal game. No rank, no penalties. We're going to add a game cannot be saved or loaded while your character is diseased, cursed, poisoned, or critically injured, or with enemies nearby. So no more save or load scumming with enemies being on our tail. And in addition, random functions such as lockpicking, trap disarming, and item creation uses now a predetermined seed, forcing consistent results. So we will not be able to save scum on chesticles. This is going to put us into hardcore mode, giving a 20% bonus to our endgame ranking. It also gives us a +10% improved item generation quality, and it gives us 5% experience points on all actions. I mean, go big or go home. Eschalon Book 2, Prologue, The Fall of Theramore. You restore the powerful gemstone known as the Crux of Ages to its rightful place, high atop Bastion Spire. Under its shimmering presence, the Council of Theramore began to mend the wounds suffered by the goblin invasion that had left so many villages destroyed and lives lost. However, despite your heroic efforts, prosperity never truly returned to the land. Distrust fractured Theramore's council, and dissent ravaged what was left of the Commonwealth Guard. Word began to spread of another threat to Thermore marching up from the southlands of Emerith, a threat far more menacing than the goblin hordes before it. The council was helpless to defend the lands against another attack, and the government was disbanded. Martial law collapsed into anarchy. As chaos spread across Thermore, you escaped while you still could. You were able to secure passage abroad, the last merchant galleon sailing north. As Thermore disappeared beneath the southern horizon, its skies were choked with ash and fire, and the drums of war pounded like distant thunder. Several days are spent crossing the rolling seas of the Cesnani, and you finally reach the shores of Mistfell, where the war in Thermore was little more than tales of lost. Using the last of your gold, you purchase a cottage near the village of Eastwillow, on the shores of the Yoma River in the southern Mistfell. Your days are spent mostly in solitude, fishing during the mornings and selling the excess catch to a nearby inn. The residents of Mistfell seem mostly indifferent to the plight of Thermore, insisting that the turmoil is contained by the sealed borders to the south. You have awakened. You slept heavily last night, more soundly than you have in months. Since escaping the war-torn lands of Thermore nearly 2 years ago, you found it difficult to adjust to this quiet life in Mistfell. You are plagued with feelings of restlessness and anxiety. Often you awake to the sounds of whispering in the darkness, falling back asleep only after convincing yourself that it was just the wind passing through the trees. Your stomach growls as you crawl out of bed. You look around your small cottage and ponder what you should have for breakfast. Perhaps today you favor walking to town for a bite to eat at the local inn. Or maybe you can find something here in the cottage to fill your empty stomach with. Either way, you expect today will be no different than yesterday. Quiet and uneventful. Alright folks, and here we are back in the land of Eschalon. Let's go ahead and load the character I actually created. Which I had two, but it took a while to get stats on either of these guys. So what we wound up with is our new Ronstockian character. He's Ronstock the Warlock for some reason, even though he's still a nefarious magic user. He's a level 1 layman, starting with a strength of 15, a dex of 13, an endurance and speed of 14, an intelligence of 15, a wisdom of 13, a perception of 30, and a concentration of 13. As you can see, we have our resistances. I went ahead and maxed elemental as I did in the first game. I just realized with our other character I had slightly better stats, but I picked spot hidden. And you do not need spot hidden at all due to perception. If your perception is high enough, you will automatically spot hidden objects or hidden walls, hidden caches, things like that. So it was a complete waste of 3 skill points, so I had to redo it. And this is the guy I ended up with. Alright, so we have lots of new things here to explore in Echelon 2. There's our inventory box, which looks bigger. We have our equipment where we can set 2 different kinds of configurations. We have our quest journal, of course. We have a key ring. We have our spell book, which looks a lot familiar. We have our quick set spells. We'll actually list them here for us now. And our elemental and divinations. We have our good old alchemy mixing. We have our weapon swap configuration. We have camping, leveling up. Combat modes is new. We have power mode, minus 30 ability to hit, but more damage. We have finesse, which is plus 30 to hit, but less damage. We have parry mode, where no defense benefit as you are not holding a weapon. And we have normal combat mode. We have the game stats screen, where we're going to view statistics and challenges. These stats and challenges have no effect on the general game. Instead, they are designed to give players additional goals upon replaying the game. We're not going to worry too much about this because we're not going to really be replaying the game. But you do have challenges like True Thief, True Warrior, Never cast a spell of any kind. True mage. Never strike a creature or bash an object with a physical weapon. Stuff like that. In the game with 80,000 gold pieces. And we have our good old save menu, which I think everything's pretty much where we want it. You notice we have, instead of just the words, we have icons here. For our silent in particular. We have hit points, mana, encumbrance, starting off with 15 strength this time, so we got a little bit better encumbrance, and I hear in book 2, encumbrance is more of an issue. And then we have hunger and thirst. We now have to eat and drink. F2 is still quick save. We'll go ahead and save over this. And let's check it out. This is going to be static, of course. Sparkling Wonder and Common Breaches. Scroll of Fire Dart and 200 gold. Pretty sure all these are static based on our class, but remember, since we're in hardcore mode, we won't be able to save scum any of that anyways. We are still going to test it out. Go ahead and learn those spells. Drop our pots down here. We'll check out our journal. This is your journal, where you've written your thoughts on your time in Thermore. You turn to the last page.
I believe this was my last journal entry. My memories have eroded to the point where I can no longer clearly recall my adventures in Thermore. Even now, as I read through previous entries, they seem foreign to me, as though they were written by another hand. According to my own accounts, I started this log to help keep things fresh in my mind. There seems to be little point of that now. Such is the consequence of imbibing an untested memory-erasing syrup. I still occasionally wake in the middle of the night to distressing dreams. There is a feeling that I have missed something important, like a task that I have yet to complete. My best guess to this cause is that fragments of my original persona are attempting to reform themselves into cohesive thought. It is my hope that these occurrences will also fade with time. Skills that I previously mastered have also but left me. I've retained just a few basics. Of course, the only real skill I require here in Mistfell is that of fishing. It's peaceful enough land that, and the catches I make keep me fed and bring a bit of coin for my pockets. This is all I need now, I suppose.
Alright, so that explains why Roundstock is all of a sudden back to level 1 and does not have a spellbook full of awesome spells. Great excuse. We're going to eat that apple. You'll notice that sets our hunger up there a little bit and a little bit of thirst because it's a juicy fucking apple. We got 200 gold here to boot. And we're rocking around with some pants. Got some pants. You've had this painting for a number of years, and you do not recall where it came from. It is of a young girl standing beneath a tree. Her face seems sad. Got some torches we can start ganking off the walls. And a water skin. Oh man, the quick save isn't nearly as quick either. That also fills up your water skin when you find a well. Having food will be something new to deal with here. Here's our barrels, and of course, if we go and load, it is going to be the same thing, no matter how many times we load. If you take that off, you can save scum like you did in the first game, but we are leaving it to fate. It's going to make the game harder. We won't make as much money. That is tough shit. This is how the game is meant to be played at this point, and this is how we shall play it. You'll notice I did not start with cartography. Hopefully we can find that skill. I'm going to gank this torch off the wall as well. Upon opening the front door of your cottage, you discover that a small parcel has been left outside of the ground. The note is written on quality parchment. The handwriting is fine and most elegant. Runstock, I speak with you at once. I must speak with you at once. Past midnight last evening when I arrived, and I did not wish to alarm you with a late visit from a stranger, so I left the note instead. I'm staying at the Wayfarer's Jolly in the Eastwillow. Come see me at your earliest convenience, as there are disturbing events unfolding that you must be aware of. Please, take caution. Be wary of the intention of others, even those you may trust. Darus. Alright, so the mysterious note here. Go ahead and stash that in my journal in the whatever cabinet here. And we got good old Fire Dark, which causes a searing hot ember to shoot from the caster's cock towards the target. 2 to 4 hit points of fire damage per casting level. We'll assign that to 1. Sparkling Wonder causes some enemies to flee in fright on the intense display of sparkling lights. While it causes no physical harm to the target, it does give the illusion that you are a powerful-ass mage casting a deadly spell which fools many creatures and NPCs into fleeing like little bitches. Larger, more intelligent creatures require a higher casting level for the spell to be effective. The fear induced by this magical display generally lasts 20 rounds. Okay, so it's like a fear spell. We're not trying to chase anything away, we're trying to kill it all. Alright, so let's go ahead. We want to be careful here because we do have food and water to worry about. Alright, where do I get my cartography at? Eastwillow to the northwest, and Yoma Narrows Bridge to the southeast. Now, of course, my first order of business is getting 1,500 gold so I can go get my cartography started. Because we know the game hoarder wants his map getting mapped. Damn! Another rat. For weeks now you've been noticing these large fucking rats, normally content to stay deep underground. They're starting to appear everywhere. More of a nuisance than a threat, really, unless they appear in large numbers. Here he comes. Look at this cute little motherfucker. And we have the rat quest. Oh, we got good old Fire Dart coming out. Boom shakalaka. Something's been dropped. Rat meat. How consumable is rat meat? Just a couple bites of edible meat, it can be gained from a rat, even the big ones. Still, it's welcome energy. Okay. We have some giant fucking dragonflies over here. How do I get to this guy's little area is the question. Can we do double XP move? Oh, rule violation. Cannot stave. Nope, they took out the double XP move, I believe. Rule violation. So there's a foraging skill we'll be able to get eventually. And that will help us get food. I'm kind of wondering if I should have started with cartography now. But we can build it up from a trainer like we could in the last book, so that catacomb rat got fucked up. We'll do a lot more exploring here once we get cartography, but for now we're at Eastwillow. Kibo Smithy. Apparently you can take anything from barrels. People don't care. You enter the small blacksmith shop and see a middle-aged man sweeping the floor. A small pile of soot and metal fragments now gathered at his feet. He looks up at you as you enter.
Well, greetings to you, Ronstock. What brings you into town this week? Did you come to sell me more of your old shit that you don't use anymore?
I am here to inquire about your services, Kibo.
Alright, well, Kibo's got the blessed rope belt of the healer. +2 to medicine. We don't want that. We want +2 to wisdom or divination. We don't have much for Kibo here. Oh yeah, and we have the repair option as well. We have the repair skill so that we can repair our armor. You'll see now has conditions as well as the weapons. Stuff does have degradation over time.
Have you heard of any news, Kibo?
Seems like more and more I'm hearing about how dangerous things are getting outside the borders of our little town. Now that Thermore's fallen, it's nothing but anarchy south of here. The southern borders have been permanently sealed in an effort to contain the turmoil. They say that Chancellor Pilot of the Darkfoot passed through the barrier region, took 200 kegs of black powder, I heard. Anyway, I recommend that you don't wander too far from town unless you have some way of protecting yourself.
Is Thermore even accessible anymore?
Not by foot, not that I'm aware at least. The shipping lanes are closed as well. Chancellor Pilot has forbidden ships from crossing the Cessnia to the northern Thermore, and a fleet of ironclads patrol the coastal waters, ordered to sink any vessels that approach from the south.
Kibo smiles and wipes the sleeve across his brow.
Chancellor Pilot's not about to let Nisfell fall like Chancellor Malcolm did with Thermore.
I'm a bit low on funds. Do you have any work for me?
Yeah, sure, I can give you a small job. You certainly supplied me with enough old weapons over the last couple of years. The least I could do is hand a bit of work your way. Do you know Berlinda, the woman who works out for Eastwillow Constable? This bitch owes me for a bit of work I did her for a while back. I crafted an ornamental sword that she wanted to give to Constable Gammon as his birthday gift. The sword itself was mostly worthless, made of scraps of tin and brittle iron, but I had it embedded with some gemstones in the handle which added to its value. She's supposed to pay me 150 gold for the sword, but nearly a year later I have still not received payment. Since Berlinda has no intention of paying me, I need you to retrieve the sword. Perhaps you can convince her to hand it over, but I doubt she'll be agreeable. Sound like a job you can handle?
Yes, I'll do this job for you.
Alright then, just bring me the sword. I'll make sure you get paid. Berlinda might make sure you get laid.
I only like skinny women.
Joke's on you, Ronstock. Berlinda's hot. The magic shop is small and has sparse inventory. Behind the counter stands an attractive younger woman who greets you as you approach. Welcome to my shop, Eastwillow Magics. I am Elenice. As you can see, we have a broad range of elemental and divination of the magic supplies. So please look around.
I was hoping you'd have a bit of work for me.
Sorry, I don't have any work to offer you at this time. However, I will always buy any reagents that you may find on your journeys.
Let me take a look at your inventory.
So of course we have all these spells that we can get eventually, but right now we're saving up for cartography. We need to find things to steal. The Wayfarer's jolly. Jarvik, the owner of the Wayfarer's Jolly Tavern, walks around busily wiping down tables and collecting used dishes. He sees you and nods with a smile.
Brownstoke, it's good to see you. Have a seat. Can I get you anything? I'm looking for a man named Darus. Said he was staying here.
Yes, he stayed in the north room. Quiet fellow he is. Hasn't said a word to me since he arrived.
Have you had any news outside of Eastwillow?
Not too much. People are still speculating whether the war in Thermore will be coming our way. Quite a few travelers are saying the roads throughout Mistville are becoming more dangerous, with thieves and wild animals appearing more frequently. I guess the strife in the neighboring province has been stirring things up, causing a lot of unrest around here. Come to think of it, do you know Anwick, the farmer who owns land just north of your cottage? He was in last week and was saying he has an infestation of dragonels in the area. I haven't seen a dragonel in the area since I was a small boy. Right, and he's got the guide to light armor materials. Is that a training book? That's fucking... Alright, those books don't do shit. You open the door to the room. Standing near the window is a slender man who lacks a surprise at your entrance. Wait, standing near the window is a slender man whose lack of surprise at your entrance gives you the impression that he's been expecting your visit. Upon noticing you, he gives you a slight cordial nod, gesturing with his hand to enter. Hello, Runstock. I assume you found the note I left you. Thank you for coming to me. My name's Darus. Come, we have much to discuss.
How do you know me?
Darus smiles. My friend, how well do you really think you know yourself? I can assure you that I've actually known you for many, many years. Long before the events that have come to pass in Thermore. Darus lowers his voice and leans towards you, as if the very walls may be listening. Things didn't turn out the way they planned, did they? The truth is, Ronstock, you are not who you think you are. You are not some random person that got mistakenly caught up in the conflict that destroyed Thermore, nor are you just another refugee. You are part of something greater underneath it all, like the gears of a clock that turn the hands.
Something much greater. I've always felt it. What are you talking about?
Calm down, my friend. I understand that you would be doubtful. In fact, in the letter I left you, I wrote that you should not trust anyone. It is ironic now that I expect you to trust me, a complete stranger. Darus takes a deep breath and then slowly releases the air in the form of a long sigh. We have very little time to get you caught up in what's happening right now, so please listen carefully. There are events unfolding across Eschalon which will eventually affect every creature in this realm. It all began with the war surrounding the Crux of Ages. Before I continue, should I reiterate those events to you?
No, I remember the events of the War of Thermore very clearly. Actually, why not? You have a sexy voice, let's hear it.
Certainly. The War of Thermore was fought over a powerful gemstone called the Crux of Ages. The Therish called it their prize stone of Thermore. It was kept in the council chamber of Bastion Spire until the goblins of Krakamir, organized under the leadership of a powerful shaman, stole it by way of portal. Thus began a terrible war between the goblins and Commonwealth Goth that led to the eventual downfall of Thermal. You became caught up in the recovery efforts of the Crux of Ages, though the outcome of the war was inevitable regardless of your actions. No hero or villain could have changed the ultimate fate of the province of Thermal. I'm sorry for giving you such a terse description of these events, but the past is not as important as the present. This war is about something much bigger than the theft of a simple gemstone.
Continue.
Very well. So here's what we currently know. When Theramore finally fell, it was not the goblins that delivered the death blow, nor was it the mythical oracle that the soldiers of Theramore blindly chased after. It was the Torax, those fearless hoofed beasts from the grazelands of Amareth. It was their plan all along to acquire the Crux of Ages for themselves. The goblin shaman who led the initial invasion of Theramore was himself under the command of even a more powerful individual, the general who is now leading the Torax. The Torax are now in possession of the Crux of Ages.
Ah, fuck those Minotaur bitches! They have the gemstone. How does this affect me? That should be with an A.
This is not some common gem that they possess, nor are these Torax the tribal barbarous creatures that have historically been. They have become organized, powerful, and tactical. It may be the very fact they possess the Crux of Ages that gives them this advantage. Now they are moving again, summoning sub-legions of lesser beasts to strengthen their army as they overrun each new land. Darus pauses for a moment, as if he is choosing how to deliver his next thought. Understand this. They are not taking land for their own use, and this is not some simple territory dispute. They are looking for something that you and I and a handful of others have sworn our lives to protect.
Sworn to protect? I don't understand.
There are 3 other gemstones, other crux, that complement the Crux of Ages. We have known of them for centuries, since the earliest days of Eschalon. Our scholars have uncovered ancient diagrams that show some type of device that the 4 crux will make if they are reunited. The accompanying glyphs appear to warn us that the power of this device cannot be contained, and so it has been our burden for 4 centuries to not allow this union to happen. Ronstock, you and I are part of a guild called the Creus Vindica, whose task has been to ensure that the crux are never united. You are bound to this fellowship through lineage, and your whole life has been devoted to this cause. Your presence in Theramore was part of the plan to secure the Crux of Ages, but there were unexpected problems. Another guild member who was sent in with you was caught by the enemy, and the quest began to unravel. The erasure of your memory and the backup story to cover up your true past was all to protect the guild. Honestly, we never expected you to make it out alive.
You didn't expect I would make it out alive? You made no attempt to help me, the mighty Roundstock.
A look of apology sweeps over Darus' face. My friend, I am sorry. It's the way of the guild. We all accept this risk with every quest we undertake, and it's the security of the Creus Vindica which is paramount over the lives of its members. The important thing that you did make it out alive, and now we are calling on you to rejoin the guild that you were born into. The hour grows late. We now know the Torax are aware of us and our task. It is only a matter of time before Darus stops suddenly mid-sentence, his head turning quickly to the window.
Did you hear something? Yes, I believe I did. Oh, shit!
An assassin's arrow pierces the glass window and mortally strikes Darus in the dome piece. As his body falls to the floor, you see an odd viewing glass slip halfway from his shirt pocket. It's a monocle, and he got hit by a soul piercer arrow, which is +3 to hit, +3 damage, so he's definitely fucking dead. You planning on tracking down Darus' killer? Of course, you dingleberry. Why else would I pick up this fucking arrow? Give me all this shit. I need money.
Jarvik, the man who was staying in your overnight room was just murdered.
Our overnight guest has been murdered? How do you know this?
He left a note at my cottage, asking me to meet him here. After I arrived, we talked a bit, and then suddenly an arrow broke through the window, striking him in the dome piece.
Murdered by an arrow? Really?
Wonder about this guy. He must have had some old gambling debts that finally caught up with him. I'll call the constable to come investigate immediately. Don't worry about any accusations. I'll vouch for you. I know you were back there for only a short bit of time and had nothing to do with this crime. I'm sorry, Ronstock. I have much to do. Please excuse me.
Who's gonna clean up the dead fucking body? Shit!
Alright, we picked up some more questicles here. We have Destiny Through a Viewing Glass. A man named Darus began to tell you about your involvement with a guild called Creus Vindica. How you had sworn to prevent the unity of the Four Crux. He also warned that your life may be in danger. After his murder, you found a unique viewing glass in his pocket. With no other information to go on, the odd etchings of the glass may be the only clue to the truth about your past. Perhaps a local Eastwillow merchant or shop owner has knowledge of the viewing glass. You decided to find the assassin who killed Darus. The only clue you have is an arrow found at a murder scene, a unique creation called Soul Piercer. Find the person who makes the Soul Piercer arrows, and you'll have found Darus' assassin. And then we have Repossession.
I don't chat while on duty.
Town of Eastwillow Management. A woman greets you with a warm smile as you approach.
Hello, your name's Ronstock, right? You own the small cottage southeast of Eastwillow, if I'm not mistaken. My name is Belinda. We've never formally met since I worked for the constable. I've come to know pretty much everyone in or around Eastwillow. So what brings you in the city building today?
I'm here to quick save first. I'm here to reclaim the ornamental sword that you gave Constable Gammon for his birthday.
The sword was a gift to the constable on his birthday. What business do you have trying to reclaim it?
You never paid Kibo for his work. He wants his sword back.
Unfortunately, Mr. Kibo was late delivering the sword. He almost missed the constable's birthday party altogether. Because he failed to meet the terms of our agreement, I am not required to pay him. More so, the sword was a gift to Constable. If Mr. Kibo has a more respectful member of the community, he would have donated his time and resources toward Constable's birthday present rather than trying to profit from him.
It seems to me that he fulfilled his obligation by making the sword you requested. Since you haven't paid him, you are in breach of contract. Now where the fuck is the sword?
Visibly upset, Belinda places her fist on her hips and speaks sharply. The sword was a gift to the constable. If you must know, I'm sure he keeps it at his house. However, you have no right just to walk in and take it. Kibo will need to file a legal complaint with the constable, who will then decide how the contract should be settled. Now then, I will speak no further with you on this matter. Get the fuck out.
I will rob you blind, bitch! All this cabbage is mine!
Inside this normal-looking oak cabinet is a lever. Can you pull it? Yes. And it opens this... I will beat you, bitch! You didn't win this shit! I can't load? And we made this game harder on ourselves. She can't see shit over there. What are you fucking... You liar? So they've made stealing a lot more difficult. Gonna need invisibility spells and the such. I might just kill this hooker anyways. Oh, shit. Man! She doesn't want me playing with the dip switch either. It is of Gammon Nook, Eastwillow's elected constable. She got a picture of the dude in her house. I think we're just gonna have to be nefarious and evil and wax this bitch. Oh, we got away with it. No, we didn't. Knock that hooker out. Taking your food, too. On this parchment is Eastwillow's town ledger. You can clearly see that large sums of gold have been drawn from the town treasury for personal use by Constable Gammon. On the ledger's margin are written notes indicating the constable's intent for repayment, though there's no indication that he has made any deposits back into the treasury. Constable Gammon is embezzling from his own people. What a piece of turd nugget. Alright, eat some cabbage. Biscuit ration. Killing that hooker. This bookshelf contains historical archives pertaining to Eastwillow, the town charter, copies of land deeds, legal rulings, and such. You find nothing of value or interest.
Have you ever seen an item like this?
What is this? Garvik exclaims as he takes the viewing glass from your hand. He turns it over several times, marveling at the fine details on the rim of the glass surface.
I've never seen anything like this.
After examining it several moments, he hands it back to you. Certainly an interesting piece, but I can't identify what it is used for or where it came from. You see a young woman pacing about who appears to be lost in thought. She doesn't even know you're standing near her until she nearly bumps into you.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so rude. My name's Wendy. Is there something I can help with?
It is I who was rude. I did not intend to trespass.
It is quite all right. I'm glad you broke me of my thoughts. I've been getting lost among them recently. You see, a few weeks ago I visited the Covenant to give my seasonal tithe, and the young disciple Julian stopped me to talk. He began to speak of some wild prophecy he had regarding the end of the world and such. I obliged him and listened politely, but quickly left as soon as he allowed me to. That was over a month ago. Since then I've been having voices in my head, like someone speaking to me through thought. I can't quite make out the words, but I feel as though I'm being told I am chosen. I've also begun having dreams that the world is on fire, filled with images of man and beast writhing in flames. Quite honestly, I feel as if I'm losing my mind.
What is it you think you're chosen for?
I don't know, really. I think it has something to do with helping prepare the way. Yet I don't even know what that means. These thoughts are driving me insane. Every day I feel less like myself than the day before. I really need to get out of this town for a little while to clear my...
Wendy pauses mid-sentence.
Pardon me, I realize that I barely know you at all. But would you be willing to do me a small favor? I could pay you a little bit for your trouble.
Sha, I could use the coin.
Oh, thank you. Here's what I need. My brother Rul lives east of here, not too far from the ocean. He's a very nice house, away from the commotion of this town. I need to go there and stay with him a bit to clear my mind, but I cannot make contact with him. He did not respond to the letter I sent him the past 2 weeks. And it seems the postal carrier has temporarily halted service while the roads remain unsafe. If you're headed that way on your journey, could you check on him? Tell him I'll be coming to see him as soon as I feel well enough. For your trouble, I'll give you 50 gold in advance.
I will stop by his house and give him your message. We'll see what you have to steal. Bitch! Quest is over!
Alright, so apparently they changed it to where you gotta be way out of sight. You can't be heard either. Let's go talk to this gammon fellow. You see a man who appears stern and not disciplined. He watches you as you approach, but he does not greet you in any way, short of his continuous eye contact. Only when you are close to him does he speak. His words are quick, as if he's annoyed by your presence. Greetings. What brings you into the Covenant today?
Have you heard about the murder over at the inn?
Oh yes, news like that travels very quickly here in this quiet little Eastwillow. Let me tell you this. Our destinies are forged from our actions. If you walk the path of light, you'll be blessed. If you walk the path of darkness and debauchery, your fate will only be that of suffering and merciless death. I do not know the man who was killed there, but his fate was certainly determined by the path and life that he chose to walk.
Who the fuck are you to pass judgment on others?
Father Darus clenches his jaw as a vein swells across his forehead.
I'm a priest of Mosin,
by which I am the extension of his word and his will. I pass judgment as if he would, if he were here before us now. The priest lifts his staff several inches above the floor and hammers it back down, causing a thunderous crack. How dare you come into this covenant and question my authority?
I do not follow the dogma of Mosin, nor do I acknowledge your authority, foolish conjure.
Leave this covenant of worship at once. I will not stand to hear such blasphemy.
Good, give me a quest. Any work available?
Father Darus turns his head to focus completely upon you, as if to determine your integrity. Just when his silent gaze becomes uncomfortable, he speaks.
Perhaps there's something you can help me with. I have a situation here that requires a bit of, discretion.
He clears his throat and takes a breath before continuing.
Let me explain. I had a loyal disciple who served under me here at the Covenant. His name was Julian, and he was studying to be a priest himself. Well, several months ago, he began acting a bit strangely. How so?
Yes, he began speaking of visions he had at the end of the world, an impending apocalypse. I told him he must rebuke those terrible thoughts, that they were not the teachings of Mosin. But he just kept speaking of them and growing more and more obsessed. I began finding and preaching these lunatic prophecies to our parishioners, scaring them away with visions of Eschalon purified in flame. It was then when I took stern action, as I could only assume he was possessed by the fiend of darkness. I dragged him to the back of the woods and chained him there as I performed purifying rites on him. He remained there for nearly a week, as I hoped the stress would eventually break him of this curse, but it did not. He only fell deeper into madness. Then one morning I awoke to find that he had escaped his bonds. He was gone.
Do you know where he may have gone?
I believe I do. We have an old well out back, behind the Covenant. It's been dry for years, and he had been working at the bottom to get water flowing again. I fear he may have been doing more down there in the darkness. If he is anywhere, that is where you'll find him. Father Darus' voice softens. If you do locate him, I do not know what state of mind he will be. If he is beyond saving, then I would have you do Mosin's bidding and be done with him. If he is rational, please convince him to return to the Covenant. Will you accept the task?
Yes, I will do it for money.
Mosin's blessing upon you. Here, take this key. It will unlock the back door to the well. As I said, discretion is necessary in this matter. I do not want the townsfolk to speculate that the Covenant has become an asylum for madmen. Father Darus makes eye contact with you, but does not say shit. His pressed lips make him appear to be annoyed by your nefarious presence.
Holy apple!
Did they auto-combine inventory? Yay! I don't have to combine inventory by myself anymore. It's a fucking miracle. I think I want a rotted apple. That doesn't sound too tasty balls. There's a rickety ladder descending into the well which just appears in the darkness. Do you want to climb down? Sure. Why not? You step off the last rung of the ladder into ankle-deep mud. Moss and fungus cover the surrounding walls, tinting them green. It is clear from this position that the original well pit has been expanded through recent digging, and a tunnel has been cut into the rough stone to the northwest. Our first little dungeon here. A locked door, and we do not have melt lock or anything as of yet. This door has been clearly chewed through. The wood fragments bear numerous marks of rat teeth, not the brute force of an axe or hammer. Zubin's Guide to Light Armor Materials. Hemp sandals and a hide light cloak. Luckily, I have light armor, so we can put these on and get some advantage from them right away. Since there's a base armor rating, it has a condition. You'll notice this, there's no armor rating from common breaches. There's no condition to worry about. Poof! Plenty of that rat meat. In the darkness, you see a man who appears dirty and confused, pacing around this squalid living space. He is startled at your presence.
Who are you? How'd you find me?
As he speaks, his eyes dart from side to side and saliva pools in the corners of his mouth.
My name is Ronstock. I assume you're Julian, Father Darus' missing disciple. Ha! Yes, I'm Julian. Did that old fool send you down here to retrieve me? You can tell that worm that he holds no dominion over me, and I'm sickened by his devotion to his false fucking god. I am no longer his disciple. When the four stars assemble, he will fall to his knees in anguish upon realizing the error of his ways. The four stars? What's this?
Julian's eyes widen with excitement.
They are not to be spoken of. The one that's promised that the faithful will be shown the truth in the end of the days. You'd be most wise to listen to his words. If you are not a follower of the One, you are his enemy. Please, tell me more of the One. The One is a perfect being. He has witnessed the rise of a race of men and dwarves from primitive warring tribes. But he has grown tired of this land and its people. We lust for gold and wage war simply to display our might. We are still just primitive, pathetic creatures. The One is elegant and omnipotent. He is going to cleanse this land by bringing the four stars together. Those who accept this will be saved, and those who don't will fucking perish.
Suddenly, Julian's demeanor changes. His body becomes tense as he looks away for a moment before turning to face you again.
The One has warned us of those who might try to impede his actions. You've not come here to learn of the One, have you?
Julian pulls a dagger from his belt.
Yes, I'm really interested in hearing more about the One. Please continue. You lie! You're no better than a filthy dog, and you are not worthy of knowing the One and his plans. Would you endeavor to prevent him from assembling the four stars and cleansing this land? You have come to find me, not by coincidence. The One has brought you to me so that I may stop you. May my dagger do his bidding and end your life now. Bring it on, shit monkey! You're walking the wrong way. That was a weak fucking attack. Beat you with the fucking hammer. Get fucked up. Oh yeah.
I miss having my strong ass sword from Eschalon. Alright, we got some decent food going here now. Ancient dragon skin. Can't wait till we get some of that. Look at the damage we already have on our cloak. Jesus. Several barbed darts shoot at you, piercing your arms and your neck. Stupid iron knife. How am I in rule violation? Because my hit points are low? Fuck you. Drink a potion and reload then, you prick. I could have swore I saved after I beat this guy's ass. I got unarmed. I'm just gonna punch the shit out of him. I forgot. I'll bring it. Guess they don't show you the condition of the... Oh, you can see the hit points. Alright, we'll be back when this chesticle's almost broken open. Alright, we're back. Hemp belt, unknown hat, and the scroll of entangle. That hat looks good. That looks like a magic wizard hat. We'll take it. Torches back here that I missed. Of course there was. We won't. Well, that's not really a torch, and neither is that. Okay, never mind. This is a little bit lighter. It doesn't seem as dark as Eschalon 1. This area appears to have been undergoing recent excavation. The walls have fresh scars caused by a pickaxe or similar tool. Kegs of black powder stand ready to be detonated, but perhaps the final job was interrupted by a large pack of rats who seem to have taken up residence. Well, they did until we came here and put the fucking smackdown on them. This room you blasted your way into is strange. The walls are different from the rest of the area beneath the well, and there's no visible entrance. Despite the fact that there is a little dust adorning the floor, you suspect this room has not been visited since it was built a very long time ago. Prior knowledge, or some unseen hand must have guided the excavation here. A large chesticle against the northwest wall beckons you. Of course it does. 99 gold pieces and a bitch ain't one. 381. Feel bad for you, son. Let's see. That gives us 2 levels of cartography. Let's try to get up to 500 gold so we can get 3 levels. We have some inventory to sell too. Oh, give me a break. Got this awesome hemp belt. Probably better not to wear shit. Let it not get beat up. It's worth more in good condition. Just walk around naked. Troll fever. It's not good. See how rusting works here. Oh man, troll fever won't go away. Oh, and I can't load because I'm diseased. But I can exit out to the main menu and load, motherfucker. Smarter than you, bitch. So yeah, if you can't load in the game, just go to main menu and then load from the main menu, and yeah, work around. Let's get some mana back so we don't get troll dick fever. We're on our weaker one, that's why. There we go. Alright, unfortunately this won't be mapped out, but fortunately we won't be coming back here. There's another door that we missed that we're going to go check out, though. And that'll probably wrap it up for this episode. You guys have been getting very nice extended editions of old Eschalon here. The small room is filled with garbage and smells like shit. Pieces of broken furniture and wrinkled papers are scattered everywhere. A burning floor lamp is evidence that someone was recently here. Scribbled parchment, a small ruby, and a quill. The words on this parchment are frantically scribbled and barely legible.
I cannot sleep anymore. When my eyes are closed, I see him. I hear his voice. He commands the 4 stars, and I am blessed that he speaks to me, only to me. He is the exalted, the crimson sun that rises in the south, and I would give my life to him. Those who march to impede his crusade must be eliminated.
Alright, those are the crazy words of a madman. This room smells worse than any other place down here. Glancing around, you see a horribly mutilated corpse laying near the wall. A sack of rotted wheat and a bucket of moldy sludge add to the stench. Unknown. 9 unknown rocks. Okay. The bucket of sludge is teeming with cockroaches. It's fucking gross. That fucking thing closed behind me? Shit, that's annoying as fuck. It's a one-way dungeon. Alright, I walked back through here. This time we're gonna head back toward the exit. But we do have one more door to check out. We have our key ring here. We got a simple key, bluish key, rusted key. See a watercolor painting. It's a landscape, though you don't recognize the region that it represents. Survival supplies. We just want to get to the chesticle. Most of these barrels just contain little bits of food. From what I understand, it's not worth it. But here's a couple books we can read in the next episode. Oh, we gotta beat open this motherfucker. A steel bar snaps out and smashes into your kneecaps, causing your legs to buckle. You can take damage from bashing open the chesticle. Holy shit, we're gonna be here a while. Alright, folks, we're almost there. Copper chain jerkin. A copper half helm, throwing knives, and a birch longbow. We take it all and we say, let's get the fuck out of here. That only took 12 hours to bash open the chesticle. Luckily, Ronstock's starting off a bit stronger in this book, so he is able to carry more shit off the get-go. And that is it for the Convent's Well. Brother Tyrus, what's up?
Father Tyrus, I found your missing disciple in the well. Unfortunately, he is dead now.
Oh dear, well I expected you would not return to the Covenant willfully.
It is always unfortunate when there is a loss of life, but you've done as Moses would have you do, and for that you'll be blessed. I've taken it upon myself to contact his family. Take this gold for your efforts, and your discretion is in this matter.
Right, we got us a level 2. All very good things. We are going to save our level, and instead we are going to... Let's show Kibo the strange viewing glass.
What is this? This is a strange artifact indeed. I've never seen anything like it. It's not terribly useful as a viewing glass, is it?
After a moment, he hands it back.
I can't help you with this, my friend. You need to ask somebody else.
Alright, let's go ahead and make what little gold we can. You know that's worth more, Kibo. You fucking liar. I'd be willing to sell these divination scrolls now just for the money. He work hard for the money. You know what I'm saying? Money's more useful right now. We gotta read the books. Then we can get rid of them. Brass ring ain't worth shit. This will get us up to level 3 cartography. If we can get 1,000 gold, we can get level 4, and if we can get 1,500, we can get level 5. You need an auto-arrange button, so that it auto-arranges shit by category? I don't know. I just want to see what this is. +1 to divination hat. Wait, how much does she charge me for that? I don't have lore yet, so obviously we can't identify our own shit. I don't have the spell either. For 36 gold, fuck it. Well, I can't even... I don't even want to wear this right now because I don't have the skill. She doesn't buy magical hats. Interesting. Let's try something out here. Is that going to give me the skill? Yes, it will. Ah. So I can start learning divination spells. Let's go on and hang on to that for now. We don't want to get him beat up. We don't have repair yet. And it's not really directly helping us because we don't have any divination spells to cast. I think for now we'll call it a wrap, folks. We'll see you soon with more Eschalon Book 2 soon to come.